about to get started in like 1 minute, y'all. Howdy, who? Howdy, he. Howdy, who? How y'all doing? I'm still getting my shit together on this end. Howdy, who? I don't want to show that. Yeah, I want to do that. Let me make it to where y'all can see me. This fake ass book was exposed, man. Let me tell y'all something. You got to watch what you believe and what you believing in. And why the fuck am I so dark? Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can do something about this. Hold on 1 second. What if I do it this way? Jay? There we go. Hopefully that's better. Let's see. Oh, that's a little brighter. Yeah, that's a little better. How y'all doing today? You know y'all can get y'all Black American Music Family Tree at DewanB.com. 400 years of Black American music on one t-shirt, one piece of artwork. You dig? We got this documentary's coming together. This one I have on gospel. We are showing the gospel roots of all popular music. Hip hop, rock and roll, EDM. Those musicians are home crafted in the church. So you got all the people trying to steal our cultural heritage, steal our music. And one reason why Puffy's music wasn't shit, it wasn't rooted in the church. We talk about the church's influence on all this shit. But all the music Puffy sampled came from the church. We're going to get into all that and all that stuff. Go to DewanB.com for your copy of that. Go to BreakthroughCards.com for your readings. Sunday, I haven't sent the email out yet. For those of you who want to be part of the reading class, Sunday is the day. I'm going to send the email out today for the Zoom link and the start times to Sunday's reading class. That is this coming Sunday. All right? This coming Sunday. If you want to learn how to read cards like a G, like me. Man, this camera ain't gonna get no fucking brighter. I'm gonna turn these goddamn lights off so I can cool off. Oh man, whatever. This camera been tripping lately. What's up to the chat room? I didn't even say what's up to y'all yet. What's up, Rhythm and Vibe Podcast? Ben. What's up, Ben? What's up, Nandi? Lois, or is that Luis? Godspeed. Percy P. I can't say what's up to everybody. Chubby, what's up, brother? But what's up to everybody in the chat? Everybody on Twitter, make sure y'all share this shit and retweet it. Everybody on YouTube, make sure y'all share the shit. All right. because we got to talk about this fake ass book that was put out. So let's get right into it. There's a book, for those of you who don't know, about Kim Porter. Who is Kim Porter? Kim Porter is Puffy's ex. Kim Porter is Puffy's ex. Appreciate that, Go-Go. Appreciate the super chat, my brother. And I appreciate you for attending the lives. And I mean that. I remember back in the day, I used to be like, if I could just get 20 people to watch me, I would go live on YouTube every day if I could just get 50 people to watch my videos. I remember thinking that shit back in 2020. If I could just get 50 people to watch my videos, I'd go live every day. Consistency. But what's up, Coon Killer? What's up, my brother? Stuns. Good seeing y'all. All right? Good seeing y'all. For real, for real. All right, so let's get into it. For those of you who don't know, Puffy has an ex named Kim Porter. Kim was, when she passed away, she was known by the masses as the woman that Puffy loved the most. There are a lot. She died unexpectedly. I think it was 2018. I'm off the top of my head. I think it was 2018 when she died. And it was unexpected. The people who knew her, according to Gene Deal, said that she was totally fine the day before and the day of. And this is according to Gene Deal. And supposedly, apparently, there was a book that people said that she was writing. She was writing a book. And I remember different Gene Deal interviews, different Jaguar Wright interviews. You've heard them say that, that there was a book that Kim was writing. There was a book. And the book never got out. She passed away. According to people and to sources that I've heard, that I'm familiar with, and rumblings around town, I've heard even Gene Deal say it. Gene Deal said really the book that Kim was writing was a children's book, but she did apparently have notes about, when I say notes, like a journal, according to these interviews. Again, to me, I'm telling you, this is all alleged. This is according to interviews I've watched over the years. A lot of people have been talking about Puffy and Biggie and Tupac, and from Suge Knight's podcast to Reggie Wright, Gene Deal, Mark Curry. All of these people have been on the podcast circuit for the last few years telling their bad boy era stories. And so me being the music historian that I am, I tend to watch these kind of interviews and journal and take notes just so I could always be ready for questioning and just know more about music. I fucking love music, man. Even music I don't like. And I hated Bad Boy Records. But I still like to know what was going on because I like to know what time it is. You dig? What's up, LD? Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, hit the like button, y'all. So there have been suspicions for years about this Kim Porter book. Suspicions. And so in September, a book dropped out of nowhere. And they were saying it's the Kim Porter book. And I remember thinking, like, everybody I know and everybody I heard of that knew Kim Porter, none of them, they've all talked about her taking journals or whatever, but no one really having a book. And if anyone does have her notes and stuff, it would be Puffy. Because when she died, you heard Gene Deal say last week, I think it was on Art of Dialogue. He said that Gene Deal was like, when she died, Puff had the house locked down and he had security at the mortuary 24/7. So why you need security at the mortuary if the woman's dead. Those of you that heard Gene Deal interviews, y'all know that's how he talk. Salute to Gene Deal. I would like to meet that man one day. He seems like a very honorable person. But I'm a nigga. I'm still gonna talk shit. But Gene Deal seems like a very honorable person. And so this is what I've been hearing in my last 6 or so years paying attention to 6 or 7 years paying attention to what's going on. So even Gene Deal say before the book came out, Puff would be the only one with the book. I don't think anybody else would have had access to the book. I'm sorry, I can't help it. What's up, Courtney G? I can't help it. I love watching his interviews though, you know? So, anyway, Gene, so now in September, out of nowhere, the Ken Porter book comes out. And I see people hitting me up saying, DeJuan, have you read the new Ken Porter book? And I'm like, huh? How can a book come out 6 years after the woman died and all the people that were closest to her that were talking about this whole situation, no one really knew who had what about whatever notes she had. So initially I thought people were playing. I thought I was like, you know what? You know, maybe it's just some other stuff. Maybe I'm living. And then people kept talking about it. So I did my own due diligence and I looked up. For those of you who don't know, here's a copy of the book right here. This is how it looks. It's a thumbnail. And it's said by Jamal T. Millwood. And I didn't look up who Jamal T. Millwood was. I just took it at face value. And then last week, one of my Facebook friends, I gotta say, I forgot his name, excuse me, but he watches one of my normal listeners. I usually don't take too many listeners on this Facebook friends. In fact, my Facebook, I keep the numbers really low on that. I don't really like everybody being on my Facebook. But Jeff Smith is one of my listeners, Jeff Smith. He be in here sometimes. He said, that's not the author of the book. The author of the book is a white boy. I said, hold on. The author of the book is a white boy? Ain't no white people named Jamal. And I'm like, oh, hell nah. First off, white person, alias, black name, antennas. Off top. And it's no disrespect for white people, but y'all know culturally y'all some lying motherfuckers. Y'all know that. And they ain't no xenophobe, racist, nothing. Look, white Americans and black Americans are cousins. We are literally blood cousins. We know y'all. We've been on the same plot of land for 400 years. If you pay attention to them culturally, they some lying motherfuckers when it comes to information. Or what they're also good at is taking a hint of truth, and they'll take 6 inches of truth and stretch it out for 3 miles. So I know off top what I'm dealing with at best is some truth that has 28 times extras on it, or flat out plagiarism kind of shit. So I'm like, okay, antennas. We have to understand off top black people, we have to develop a healthy distrust of people outside of our community talking about our community. We're a little bit too free and liberal with accepting any old excuse from them folks. What did I say a long time ago? I said white society, white supremacists, they work off of plausible deniability. That's how they operate, plausible deniability. Because they know you're not going to fully trust them. But they work along the line of just enough truth, just enough information to where it's plausible that they're telling the truth, but at the same time, they can deny anything coming at that truth. So, first red flag, book that comes out of nowhere, that even the people closest to her did not know about. Second, a white man using a black man's name. Third, the book was self-published on Amazon. She didn't get... Think about it. If you have Kim Porter's flash drive, if you have her notes or whatever, and they're legitimate, why aren't you going to Penguin Books, HarperCollins, Simon and Schuster, Macmillan? If you have Kim Porter's notes, you're not self-publishing on Amazon. Do you know why you don't go to HarperCollins? Do you know why you don't go to Penguin Publishing? Do you know why you don't go to Simon and Schuster? Because if you go to them, they're going to vet your information and check its truth. Because those major publishers have a certain level, they have a high level of credibility to maintain. So they're going to vet your information. They're going to corroborate it. That's why you don't go. Because along with that vetting, along with that corroboration, you're going to get millions of dollars up front. Millions. Black people, we got to think when we see this shit. So, an interview was done earlier this week on Art of Dialogue, and I love that channel. Art of Dialogue did an interview with the so-called author of the book. And I'm not going to go through the whole interview because it was more of a brother did a good job. It was every bit as much of an interrogation as it was an interview. And I'm glad it was an interrogation, because if you're coming up with a book out of nowhere that just popped up self-published on Amazon, I'm going to want my interviewer to be an interrogator, because something in the water ain't right. Something in the water ain't right. So let's get into it. Huh? Hey, I still got the alpha up from DJ Blast's face. I was watching this earlier James Brown video. Come on, James Brown, get it. I want to play the music. Get it, James. I'm sorry, y'all. That was on my thing. Let me go to my James Brown's a cold motherfucker, boy. But let's go to the first early part of the interview, and let's listen to him talk for a little bit. So this is the person that used a black name to publish his book. Don't he look like Ronald Goldman? Like the dude that they said OJ sliced and diced? Well, them other people sliced and diced him up, but they blamed it on OJ. Don't he look like the motherfucker that got sliced and diced with OJ girlfriend? What's his name? Ron Goldman or some shit? Hey, this motherfucker, we got this Ron Goldman looking. I'm just noticing that. This how Ron Goldman would have looked. We gonna call this nigga Ron Oldman. Ron Oldman. This, you can't tell me this ain't nigga OJ about to wake up from death. Like, I thought I took care of you, nigga. OJ ain't do shit. Whoever that was that sliced and diced him, it wasn't OJ. But this is Agent. We gonna call this nigga Ron Oldman. I be trolling people who think OJ did it. Fuck you. OJ couldn't slice and dice that accurately. So let's listen to what Ron Oldman got to say.
And I'm back. And so I did it. Like I said, if we flipped a coin, right? Could the book have been said by Chris Todd? Maybe.
This is him explaining why the book. The interviewer asked him why he didn't write the book in his name. The interviewer asked, basically got on him and asked him, okay, well, let's go back and listen to the whole question. Let me listen to the whole question so you hear him explain.
What it appears to show is that there's an African-American person behind this book.
Let me go back a little further.
I have carte blanche permission right now to do whatever I want with this book. That's why I X'd out some stuff in there, and I had to do a couple other disclaimers.
Well, I don't want to keep this picture up. I mean, this screen up. Let me put another picture up so I don't get no goddamn copyright. All right, so let me put this picture up. This is Ron Oldman talking, all right? So let's go. Let's listen to Ron Oldman.
So do you don't think that it's a problem? Because Jamal T. Millwood is not really affiliated or associated with Tupac in any kind of way as Tupac the artist. Let's be clear about that.
Sure.
And so when you use that name, what it appears to show is that there's an African-American person behind this book that is affiliated or associated with Kim Porter, or at one time was affiliated or associated with her. You don't think that that's misleading?
There are African-Americans behind this book. So in a way,
listen to this bullshit ass answer. He said, look, we all know that this Jamal T something ain't a real thing. Do you think it's misleading, making people feel as if there's a black person behind the book? And then now he's going into saying, well, there are black people involved in the book. Listen to the word salad, how these motherfuckers talk. He was asked, this is about you. He's now saying, no, dude. He's trying to make an excuse saying, no, African Americans were involved. No, this is whoever the fuck this Jamal person is. Give us a straight answer. Listen to this Kamala Harris answer he gives.
With Kim Porter, or at one time was affiliated or associated with her. You don't think that that's misleading?
There are African-Americans behind this book. So in a way,
specifically the name Jamal T. Millwood.
Well, not a person named Jamal Millwood.
Okay.
I'm saying Jamal Millwood, as I was taught about it, and I looked into it too. It's not everywhere. If you Google it, you'll see a couple things. I put the T there in case there was a real person named Jamal Millwood. We wouldn't have a hard match to the name.
So you listen to that bullshit. I put a T there just in case there's a real person named Jamal Millwood. Well, goddamn it, it could easily be a Jamal T. Millwood. That's a common initial. You fuck face. Let's keep going.
Flipped a coin, right? Could the book have been said by Chris Todd?
Let me go back.
Maybe.
I skipped too far.
Because this was sort of a way of him back from the grave, same with Kim, to tell Sean, you shot me at the Quad Studio.
He's saying the point of view is, this is basically Tupac coming from the grave to tell Kim that Sean Puffy Combs tried to shoot him. A convoluted heap of bullshit, but let's keep listening.
And I'm back. And so I did it. Like I said, if we flipped a coin, right? Could the book have been said by Chris Todd? Maybe. I go by what God asked me to do. I prayed on it. That's what I did.
Okay.
This motherfucker just used the Jesus excuse. He said, could the name been gone by Christy Millwood? That's his name. He said it could have been, but God told him. This motherfucker said God told him to put the name Jamal down. This motherfucker, chat room, did y'all hear that? This motherfucker blamed it on the Lord. Jesus Christ. Listen, this nigga blamed the Lord.
Flipped a coin, right? Could the book have been said by Chris Todd? Maybe. I go by what God asked me to do. I prayed on it. That's what I did.
Okay.
This motherfucker said God told him. The nerve of this. Look, so chat room, is it me? Is it me, chat room? Am I tripping for having a suspicion this is bullshit? This motherfucker called him a cave pookie. That's funny. Cave pookie. Motherfucker said the devil is a lie. Yo, this motherfucker put it on God. So I'm not tripping. Appreciate you, Ashley Styles, over on Twitter. I got people tweeting over on Twitter right now. Appreciate y'all. Go to DewanB.com, y'all. Sign up for Sunday's card reading class. And also go to blisscapsules.com for these. And they also got these too, but this is the psilocybin I'm taking tonight. But non-psilocybin mushrooms, amanita, and Egyptian lotus, go to blisscapsules.com. All right. So we already know we're dealing with a jive motherfucker who, if you blame it on God, off top, off rip, you a jive motherfucker. The nigga put it on the Lord. See, black folks ain't the only ones that's full of shit, y'all. Yeah, the go-to black names, Jamal and Tyrone. Right. Right. And there was a point to where he tried to make excuses for that. Like, well, he said, hey, what if I said the name was David? The dude's like, well, there are black people named David, but you can't name a white person named Jamal. But let's keep going.
And if you guys say the black community, African-American community, I was asked to do that. Sometimes when you're trying to change a paradigm about something, you can't just tell them straight out.
Oh, he's telling you his intent. His intent was to change the paradigm about something. Let's go back further. I'm gonna go back here more what he has to say before and get his whole answer.
In dealing with something that is alleged to deal with Kim Porter.
Sure.
Let me go back a little further. I'm gonna go back a little further to the 37 mark. Let's go. I'm gonna try to hear the question.
When you put,
I do understand.
And then hear his full answer.
You do understand. And so from that, in dealing with something that is alleged to deal with Kim Porter.
Sure.
You know,
it's sensitive.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
But I'd ask you, like, what if a black guy wrote a book and he said his name was John? Should white people come out and go, wait, whoa, that guy's name is John? Ugh, doesn't sound like a black guy's.
Listen to this racist son of a bitch. He said, this motherfucker just said, John don't sound like a black person's name. John Amos just died a couple days ago. You know how many Johns I know that are black? Look, we dealing with a white boy who don't even know that John is also a common black name too. Chat room number 1. Press the number 1 chat room if you know a black person named John. You had John Singleton, one of the greatest movie filmmakers of all times. Nigga, John Starks from the New York Knicks. What is he talking about? How many black people, chat room, press the number 1 if you know a black person named John. John Legend, he said, unfortunately. Said John Legend, unfortunately. Hey, chat room, can y'all not niggify everything? I can't even press all the number ones that I see. Like, dude, all these number ones, come on. You right, everybody know a John John. We all know a John John and a Man Man. Usually John John's a little short, little swole. He's John's son. He a little short, little swole, little thick ass kid. Ask John John. John John and Man Man are usually two little goddamn bully ass kids. You're right. The greatest black scholar of all time, John Henry Clark. John Pops Witherspoon. Like, we got legends named John. We got basketball players named John. This simple motherfucker don't know black people name is John. So this is who we dealing with right here, folks. I'm going to go back and get that whole answer.
That guy wrote a book and he said his name was John. Should white people come out and go, wait, whoa. That guy's name is John? Doesn't sound like a black guy's name.
Well, we have John Sally.
I understand.
We have John.
But do you understand?
Yeah,
John
we
Sally.
have John Amos, but I'm saying
Well, Todd. Todd's a white name, but I know black guys are named Todd too. Todd Bridges.
Jamal, Mashburn, Jamal.
Sure.
We can go. I don't know no white man named Jamal. I've never met a white guy.
That's a fair point.
Never.
Thank you. This interviewer did what you're supposed to do when you think somebody is full of shit. This white boy said he don't know that white people are crazy. Huh? Name one white Jamal. I know Jamal Crawford. That nigga had skill. That nigga Jamal Crawford. Yeah, I used to hoop with Jamal Crawford. We used to go to church. Y'all know Jamal Crawford, greatest crossover of all time. We used to go to church together when we was in elementary and middle school. That nigga had the handles back then. Just We used to be at youth camp at church. That nigga Jamal Crawford was Then he moved back to Seattle and I lost contact with him. But when Jamal Crawford was in LA, we used to hoop. But you see this shit. And I'm not saying that this white man don't have the hard drive. He probably do have the hard drive. But had he gone to Penguin Publishing or Simon & Schuster, he would have had to tell where he got it from. I don't put it past Puffy or past people within the government to get that hard drive and give it to him to write a book. I don't put it past them at all. I'm not saying he don't know information. But whatever I'm saying is whatever it is he do know, he's putting it out there to muddy up the waters. I tell you that. Yeah, John Coltrane. We got legends named John. John Witherspoon, legend. John Singleton, legend. John Coltrane, god of music. Like John Amos, legend. Like, we got black folks can have a Mount Rushmore of Johns. If a person put they four favorite Johns on Mount Rushmore and it was John Singleton, nigga, goddamn, who else did I say? John Henry Clark, John Coltrane, and John Witherspoon, wouldn't nobody argue with that. Listen, gotta keep it coming. So, y'all know I've been on Diddy. Matter of fact, it was a year ago today from this same mic that I predicted Diddy was going to have lawsuits. Y'all remember that? So I'm not here to say that that I'm not here to protect Diddy or nothing like that any kind of way. But I'm also not here for the bullshit either. But look at this for those of you who remember.
I don't know if you remember.
This is me 365 days ago from the same very computer. My card reading on Diddy. Listen to this shit. That could be bankruptcy. I don't know if I don't want to put bankruptcy out there on the brother. I don't want to wish that upon nobody. But yeah, his cards. I see lawsuits. That's seven of clubs in Jupiter. Yeah, I see lawsuits. I see something with courtroom battles coming his way. And yeah, that was a year ago on this same goddamn mic that I said that, reading his cards. And when did Cassie file a lawsuit? November. See right here? I didn't know shit about Cassie, none of that. But them cards be telling you what it is. It be telling you what's next in the weather out there. But not the weather out there, the weather report in your life, nigga. So I'm saying that to say I'm not here to protect Diddy in any way, shape, or form. But I don't like bullshit. There's more than enough real stuff out there to get at Diddy over than to make up shit. John Horse, right. John Henry. Oh yeah, the cards don't be playing. Johnny Gill. Johnny Appleseed. Well, he was probably the real Johnny Appleseed was probably black. They lie about every goddamn thing else. So I'm not here to protect Diddy in any way, shape, or form. I'm gonna make that clear as I talk about this. But I am making it very clear that, hey, look, we gotta watch these motherfuckers.
I never met a Latino brother. I've never.
So that was the whole John part. And then the interviewer says something right here that I'm more so aware of based off interviews that I've heard with Gene Deal and other people. Kim wasn't writing no goddamn book on Puffy. She was writing a fucking children's book. Listen to this part.
I think that
Ebony Electra.
It would be fair. It would be fair to say that someone who was close to Kim Porter would have probably had a conversation as close as she was to Kim Porter, or is alleged to be close to Kim Porter, would have had a conversation to know whether she was working on a tell-all book, any kind of, because what I understand, Kim Porter was working on children's books. And so
even he knows that. Even he knows that. The book that Kim Porter was working on was a children's book. And look at his body language. Look at this white man's body language again when he gets hit with the truth. Because according to Gene Deal and different interviews that I've heard, allegedly, the book that Kim was working on was a children's book, not a tell-all book. But listen, watch his body language on the reaction.
Would have had a conversation to know whether she was working on a tell-all book, any kind of, because what I understand, Kim Porter was working on children's books. And so in any of your...
No reply there, huh? Oh, AH, I appreciate the Cash App. Much appreciation for the Cash App, AH. Much appreciation for the Cash App. So there you go right there. What was being worked on. Right there. Right there. And look at his body language. He knew that's the book that she was working on. Even when the devil's caught in the lie, they don't fight sometimes. See, what I'm saying is this. People, the point of today's broadcast is this. We got to be smarter about the information that we pass around. We should know off top. You got a white man writing a book about a black woman, 95% lies. You got it as 90% lies. I'll give them as much as 10% of truth. 10% of truth, 90% of lies off top. And what good is a story that's based in truth but told as a lie, as something completely different. Let me give you an example. True, this is my phone. Sometimes I hand my phone to a friend to check the time or to check Google Maps. That's true. So just say I hand my friend my phone so that they can check Google Maps so we can get to our destination at a particular time. It's true that this is my phone. It's true that sometimes I give this phone to my friend. Somebody else comes along 6 years after I die and tell a story. Dewan had a phone. Look, everybody, this was his phone. And this is Dewan's friend, Jamal. Sometimes, and then Jamal comes on and saying, yeah, sometimes Dewan would hand me my phone. That's all they need. Two things that are true. This is my phone. And yes, I did sometimes hand it to my friend Jamal. From there, they have creative license. And they take that creative license and they tell whatever story they want to tell based in the truth of this being my phone that I sometimes hand to my friend Jamal. You see how that works? Plausible deniability. So now you read the book about Dewan Brown 6 years after he's passed away, based off these memoirs that are actually in Dewan's phone that he did sometimes hand to his friend Jamal. And you use that as the rule, as the genesis, as the beginning for a bunch of lies. Now from there, Jamal knows, and me and Jamal know, the only reason why Jamal would ever be touching my fucking phone is to put the navigation in that bitch, and so I could plug my shit in the CarPlay and get to where we going. That's the truth. But I'm dead. I can't tell my truth anymore. Now here comes him, this white man, looking like Ron Goldman, had OJ not sliced and diced him. He's saying, I had Dewan's phone, and here's Dewan's friend Jamal. And Dewan used to use his phone. He used to, man, there was one story in the book where Dewan went, and y'all, you niggas be like, this nigga say some dumb shit like, yeah, Dewan took his phone and he went to archery lessons, and Dewan was taking archery lessons, and that archery lessons, Dewan, it was a white woman. Dewan had a white woman teacher at archery lessons, and in the phone that Dewan had, that he sometimes had to his friend Jamal, it said that Dewan liked his white Susan, his white archery instructor. So Dewan had extramarital affairs with his archery teacher Susan, because look, in his phone he said, hey, he liked Susan. And his friend Jamal, who had his phone, said that he liked Susan. So it's a true story, right? You see how that worked? They can take something based in truth and tell whatever the fuck they want on top of it, and you gonna believe it. You see how it works? 90 Johnson, come on now. Plausible deniability. Another PD. P. Diddy, sorry, police department. The way Pale's cops. Hey, yeah, man, my chat room, y'all be a little bit, y'all too smart for me. Like, I ain't there yet, 90 Johnson. Y'all be too smart for me. I ain't that smart. I'm keeping it simple. Y'all niggas are too smart for me. But that was a good post, though, for real. I'm tired of the PDs. I live in the home of the LAPD, so you know I'm tired of the PDs. So we gotta watch these things. We gotta pay attention. And that, like, I saw this floating around the internet the other day. I saw this tweet yesterday. This post. I saw somebody make this post about Tashina Arnold. And it said on here, somebody, the real Mike Media, This was some whole shit that guy did, Real Mike Media. This was some weak ass shit. He put, it's disturbing to watch black people pounce on other black people when they are already down, guilty or not. But when it comes to holding other races accountable for their actions, horrific actions, I hear crickets. Tashina don't even tweet no more. And you see what he did was, this is something that she really, I remember when she said this, if my memory serves me correctly, this was like during like the Bill Cosby, those times, like about 10 years ago, sometime a while back. She did say that. But she didn't say it about Puffy. She didn't say it about R. Kelly. So what someone to do is they'll take a real tweet somebody said or a real thing somebody said about something else a long ass fucking time ago and attribute it to a current situation. That's another way people just lie and deceive you. Let's go to her Twitter and see. Cause I was like, so I had seen that. I was like, I ain't seen Tashina tweet in a long time. So what I did was I went to her Twitter. And the last tweet was November 29, 2023. My gut wrenches every time I peruse my Twitter timeline and don't know how long I participate in this low vibrational madness. I can't see what I see, trying to hang on, but yikes. This was a fucking year ago. This is a year ago. This is a year ago. Oh, this is a show that, oh, damn, one of the last tweets she had was a show that me and her did together. That show was dope, too. But I was thinking, like, T don't even tweet. And I'm looking through the timeline, and I don't see any tweets about black men dealing with Puffy, dealing with any of this stuff. Although I do remember her saying that. But I'm looking and I don't see it on Twitter. I'm going way back now. This is back when Puffy was... Now we going back to before Puffy was even hit with the lawsuit. She got videos of her tweeting on the beach. These little ugly ass dogs. I don't see a goddamn thing in 2 years talking about nothing but promoting her shit. All right, cool. Let's go to Instagram. Let's go to Instagram. Because this is how I do research, y'all. When I want to know somebody said something, I go right to their point, to what they said. Oh, shit. Busher Brown is nominated for a Grammy. Hey, this is a dope-ass album right here to buy. But this is, I'm just on Twitter. But when the next time I do a music show, I'm going to play some of their music. Butcher Brown. This is a dope-ass album. I'm glad they're nominated for a Grammy. The lead, I don't know the brother's name that does lead, but I've seen them live. This nigga raps, he sings, he plays the trumpet, and he plays the sax. And they're out of Richmond, Virginia. Dope-ass music of today. It's good to see this tweet that they're, or this Instagram post that they're nominated for a Grammy. Good. So let's go to Tashina Arnold's IG. All right, Everybody Hates Chris. TV show promotions. Let's check the dates. Let's hit the dates. 10 weeks ago. Okay, so here we are. So this was put up yesterday. So let's check the recent dates. Okay, this is about a cartoon. This is from 2 days ago. Oh, this I gotta watch that Everybody Hates Chris cartoon. Okay. Zanae, okay. All this, I'm just looking through her Instagram posts in the last week or two. I'm just going to look through things while this whole P. Diddy situation, because I don't want to seem like... Okay. Look at this nigga. promotion, the neighborhood promotion. Oh, this shit was horrible. This was them imitating that Olympic lady. This shit was terrible, Tashina. If you want to get mad at Tashina for anything, get mad at her for this sorry ass video right here. This is horrible. Y'all having a little bit too much fun at work right now. I don't know what the fuck this is. If you gonna get mad at Tashina, get mad at this bullshit. I don't know what the fuck this is. Clown her for this shit. What the fuck is this? If you want to, look, it's plenty to get mad at right here. I don't know what the fuck this is. If y'all see Tashina or tweet her about how horrible this was. I don't know what the fuck. This is horrible. All right, said, okay, we're at 6 weeks ago. I'm doing this because this is all still within the time of Puffy. Okay. I'm just seeing videos. I'm not seeing anything talking about black men, talking about Puffy, talking about nothing. Okay, let me do one more. Let me just see if I can find a tweet. Okay, Tashina Arnold receives backlash. Let's see on Yahoo. Okay, she was criticized a couple years ago for asking, how can we heal together? Okay, this is, so the most recent tweet she had on black men was 2 years ago. Again, Puffy wasn't in the news regarding this. I did this live with y'all. I didn't even do no prior research. I did this live with you guys. Like, hold on. Why are we over here getting mad at some shit that doesn't even apply to what's going on? That goes into what I'm saying about this whole Kim Porter thing. That's what I'm going to say about this whole Kim Porter thing. Y'all allow some white man to say he's speaking for a black woman. You see a fucking Instagram post with a person's picture on it, and you're going to be like, well, they're talking about Puff Daddy. No. We can't, look, black folks, we can't keep being, and no disrespect to anybody out there, but we can't keep being this slow. Okay? We got to know that there are people out here on social media who make money getting clicks, making something buzzworthy. They don't care if it's true or not. They just want the click. Yeah, that was from the show The Neighborhood. You said homie's a guard too. I'm not familiar with the guy. Who is the guy? Matter of fact, let me put the picture. I'm not familiar with that guy like any way, shape, or form. So, guy, whoever you are, if you're watching this, I don't know who Real Mike Media is, but let me go look up the Real Mike Media. I don't pay attention to nothing, none of this shit. Oh, he has a whole bunch of Facebook followers. Okay. So here's the Real Mike Media on Facebook. Okay. Oh, she said she was with Diddy, but when did she say that? Okay, so this seems to be one of those dudes that just want to create buzz headlines. And I get it. I ain't got no problem with the hustle. But okay, the Real Mike Media. He wishing happy birthday to Russell Simmons. I ought to tell you something. Okay, Eminem news. okay, so this seems to be a guy, and again, I don't have any ill will or disrespect towards a brother, but this just seems to be the kind of page that wants clicks, and there's a lot of money in clicks. So you got to understand this. Oh, here it is. And he didn't lie. Look, Tashina Arnold, I found the tweet, the post. Tashina Arnold found it disturbing to watch black people pounce on other black people when they're already down, but collaborating with other races. And I get that sentiment, but it didn't have nothing to do with Puffy. That's purposely misleading. But you got to understand, in this media world, people have corrupted morals. People have screwy morals. People don't have morals. If it sounds good, if it looks good, they're going to put it out. And it ain't just the white boys. It's the niggas too. So yeah, this is the kind of guy that looks around for salacious things to talk about. And again, brother, get your money. I know. Look, you're not gonna start. If people target him, it's gonna be 15 niggas waiting to take his place. So it's not about the Mike Media guy. It's about you guys. It's about us being able to be smart enough to know when somebody's trying to jack you off or if they're trying to fuck you. You got to know the difference. Are you getting fucked? Are you doing the fucking? Or are you just being played with? Most of you niggas like being played with. So, but that's a whole nother story. I don't like being played with. So it's up to us to decipher the difference between when we're being played with and what's real. Because that ain't cool. This Puffy situation is real. And I don't know what she said that. I don't know what Tashina said that situation about. But whatever it was, I'm sure it had to deal with a particular situation we were dealing with at that time in the media. But I don't know how she feels about that. She hasn't said anything about the whole Puffy situation. So who are we to know? I don't want to put words in that woman's mouth. But I will say this. She didn't say that about Puffy. The same reason why these aren't Kim's lost words. You dig what I'm saying? When it comes to that, we got to be a little sharper. It's a lot of money in salacious headlines. There's a lot of money in salacious stories. And we live in a capitalistic society. You cannot expect people to have a high moral code when there's a lot of money to be made in not having one. 8 out of 10 people will not have much of a moral code. Maybe 9 out of 10 people don't have a moral code depending on the dollars on the table. Remember the $1 Million Man? See, the wrestling be telling. That's one thing I love about wrestling when I was a kid. I don't watch it no more. Well, y'all remember the $1 Million Man from wrestling? One thing about the Ted DiBiase, one thing about wrestling, it told you the truth about life. It was an overall over exaggeration of life. Y'all remember the $1 Million Man? If you didn't get it from wrestling, as I say, you got to get it from the music. That's what happened. Y'all already know the song I'm getting ready to play. The music from the 70s, that's why y'all got to get into music from the 70s. The music from the 70s told y'all what the fuck it is. Some people got to have it. Yeah, hey, some people really need it. Do the things, bad things with it. When the money is on the line, folks, when the money is on the line, they're going to put up whatever the fuck they need to put up to make the money. Whether it be this good brother right here that used sleight of hand to make Tashina Arnold seem as if she said something she didn't say about Puffy, or whether it be this white boy that looked like Ron Goldman, sliced and diced. Oh, Ron Olderman right here. They could be black, they could be white, they could be young, they could be old. But the truth is, people are doing the shit for the money, not to inform your black ass. So be wise and be smart about what you retweet, what you share, and what you believe in as true. These people's intentions isn't to lead you to truth. It's to make money. And yes, Amazon did pull this book. Amazon pulled the book. Amazon pulled the book. They pulled the book. But how much money did he make? How much money did he make before they pulled the book? I'm like, how did Apple get so much money out of my account? Oh, that's why. Y'all ever pay for programs that you forget you paid for? Whatever. I got it in my account. I'm like, Apple, what? I did buy 2. It is time. You know, you get them the year-long purchase. You pay for the year instead of monthly. 2 of my yearly purchases is dropped in 1 month. See, I be doing 2 and 3 things at once. I be talking to y'all niggas and checking my bills at the same time. I gotta stop that Gemini shit. I got a text from a good friend of mine that said, check Kim Porter's cards. I don't want to go into, I got your text, my brother, but I'm not going to go into Kim Porter's cards. And I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to go into her cards. Because although I do read the cards of deceased people and I can channel what's going on with them, that takes a fuck ton of energy from me. So I got other shit to do. So I'm not about to go into I don't want to do that right now because of how much energy it takes me to read a dead person's cards. And I do, and I have, there may be some people here in the chat room. I've done lots and lots of readings of the deceased so people can speak, but I'm telling y'all right now, I charge double for that. I'm gonna do when I do a reading of somebody who's passed along, that reading is double. My normal reading is a 360. If you want a reading of me of somebody that's passed along, I got you. That shit gonna be 720. Cause when I read somebody that's passed along, that takes all my goddamn energy, and I ain't got shit for the rest of the day. And that should be draining. So I don't mind doing it. But yeah, if I read the cards of a person who's passed along, it zaps too much of my energy. So that's and I'll do it for y'all if y'all want me to, but then that price is double because it takes my whole day. All right? Because I'd rather not read, I generally don't I can read, and I've gotten great, I have reviews on my website of me reading people pass along, and every time that person tells me something only you would know, and I'll be like something, and you'll be like, oh, my mom would only my mom called me that name. That happens every time I read somebody that's passing along, I either give them a name or something that whoever we're channeling only knows them by. and it'd be cool. But when the reading is over with, me, I can tell y'all right now, ain't gonna be no YouTube show that day. It ain't gonna be no more other readings that day. Nigga, I might cancel unless I have a comedy show. If I gotta hang out with one of my friends, I'm canceling that shit because them kind of readings take too much of my energy. And I don't play with people. What's up, Reggie? Smoke one, nigga. Holla at me. Yeah, I do my readings. That's a part of my. I don't do as much as I used to. But that is part of my reading business. People who've had people who pass along, and I don't even advertise that part of my business. You got to come to me for that. It's not even on my website. You go to my website. I don't have channel readings because if you come to me for a reading for someone who's passed along, that's because whoever that is telling you to go to somebody to get a reading. I don't even advertise that shit. You got to come to me for that service. I don't even put it out there. Like, because to me, it ain't about the money, but it do take my whole fucking day. So if I'm going to do it, nigga, you going to have to pay for whatever. But yeah, I do that, but I don't even advertise for it. Because that person, whoever it is that wants to be contacted, they're going to have to tell you to come to me. That's the only way I do this shit. Whatever spirit is telling you they want to speak, they're going to have to tell you to come to me. I don't advertise that shit. All right? Uh-huh. He said old school wrestling was not afraid to use racial stereotypes. Hell nah. I nigga $1 Million Man was cold, boy. But thank y'all again for listening. So let's just all be wise. Let's all be smarter. Let's all understand that even if we see some stuff and it's telling the truth, because I'm sure there is some truth in that book. I am quite sure there is truth in that book. I'm 99.999999%. There's a lot of truth in that book. But it's truth thrown in a toilet bowl of lies and bullshit. And I'm not telling y'all what to do. If you want to sift through a swamp of bullshit to piece together a hint of truth, then by all means go ahead and do so and have a good time doing it. You have my blessings, because at the end of the day, life is about doing it your way and doing what you feel is right. So if you feel that's what you want to do, who the fuck am I to listen to and tell you not to do it? I ain't gonna do that. But I will say this: if you got shit to do in life and you kind of want to move forward to be a little bit constructive, then who has time to read through and sift through a whole bunch of goddamn lies? I don't. But if you do, I got time for bullshit that you don't have time for. I'm not here saying I'm better than you because I don't have time for this level of bullshit. There's other bullshit that I do every day that I'm sure you will see my bullshit and you'd be like, I ain't got time for that. And I'll be like, probably right. But it's up to you. Yeah, hit me up, Reggie, later on. Hit me up. I'll be around. I think tonight I might take some of these aliens. These aren't for sale on JMO's websites. The real ones are. These are the non-psilocybins. This is on sale at blisscapsules.com. This here is that psilocybin. Ooh. And this is the golden teachers. Ooh. Yeah, I think I might take some of these golden teachers tonight and hear from God. Thank y'all for listening. I appreciate y'all. All right, Drewski. Appreciate y'all for listening. Remember this, there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those willing to pick up the game. My name is Dewan. I'm out.